Ladies and gentlemen, the Whittier Choralaires.
It's time to sing our songs for you again, so listen to us for a while. We'll entertain you with some barbershop music, and a song or two we hope will make you smile. So if you give us your attention, please, then everything will turn out right. We'll sing a song for you, maybe a laugh or two you'll find from our songs tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Barbershop harmony is natural harmony. From the nostalgic ballads of the 1890s to the flashy tunes of the Music Man, barbershop harmony takes its cues from the song to be sung and the story to be told. For example, a haunting folk song like Ora Lee requires only the addition of 3 voices harmonizing that beautiful melody in the barbershop style, and without further embellishment, the song is a delight to listen to. On the other hand, jazzy pieces like Toot Toot Tootsie or Alexander's Ragtime Band fairly cry out for special lighting, costumes, staging, and movement to create a barbershop presentation that sets your pulses pounding. Now, we have just that sort of potpourri for you this evening, running the gamut from ballads to toe tappers, from settle back to sit up and take notice. Now, collectively, they don't tell a story, they don't celebrate a person or a place or an era. They're just barbershop, plain and fancy.
Hey, give a listen to that wonderful sound. See what you're missing. Come on, gather around. Listen while we sing a song in a style that can't go wrong. Maybe you can sing along. Just give it a try in the barbershop style. Mandy Lee, I love you. Indeed I do, my Mandy Lee. Your eyes, they shine like diamonds, love to me. Seems as though my heart would break without you, Mandy Lee, 'cause I love you, Mandy. Indeed I do. My Mandy Lee. Mandy Lee. As the blackbird in the spring 'neath the willow tree sat and piped, I heard him sing, sing of Ora Lee. Ora Lee, Ora Lee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air, in the air. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lane with your baby mine. You hold her hand and she holds yours, and that's a very good sign, a sign that she's your Tootsie Wootsie in the good old summertime. Yes, those are the songs that we'll always remember when sung in the barbershop style. Oh, what a style! Some of these days you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days you're gonna feel so lonely. You'll miss my hugging, you'll miss my kissing, you'll miss me, honey, when you're away. You're gonna feel so lonely just for me only. And you know, honey, you've had your way, yes, your way. And when you leave me, you know it's gonna grieve me. You miss your little red hot papa. Some of these days when you're gone, you miss your for the blues fancy papa. One of these days,
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Whittier chapter, The Foggiest Notion.
Here they come with the sunlight on their trumpets. Here they come with their banners waving high. In my throat there's a lumpy sort of feeling and a brightening of pride in my eye. Here they come with their clarinets a-wailing. Here they come marching bravely up the square. And I know in a moment I'll be cheering. And my fine Sunday hat will be high in the air for the new Ashmolean Marching Society and Students Conservatory Band. There are some who favor the Philharmonic flavor, but still the finest in the land is a new Ashmolean Marching Society and Students Conservatory Band. Ba, 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 ba. Here they come with the sunlight on their trumpets. Here they come with their banners waving high. In my throat there's a lumpy sort of feeling and a brightening of pride in my eye. Here they come with their clarinets a-wailing. Here they come marching bravely up the square. And I know in a moment I'll be cheering. And my fine Sunday hat will be high in the air for the new Ashmolean Marching Society and Students Conservatory Band. Marching Society and Students Conservatory Band. Hey! I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jiving in me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, boys. I love Java, sweet and hot. Oops, Mrs. Olson, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup of booze. Slip me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in a jug. A slice of onion and a raw one. Draw one. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jiving in me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup of
Boston beans, soybeans, not even little bitty green beans,
cabbage and greens.
You know that I'm not crazy about a silly old bean, unless it is the coffee bean.
Oh, I love Java, sweet and hot.
He likes it hot.
Mrs. Olson, I'm a coffee pot. Ooh, shoot me that pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup of Java.
Slip me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in a jug. Drop your nickel in the pot, Joe.
Taking it slow, taking it slow. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jiving in me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, boy. Thank you very much. Can you people see me okay standing behind this mic? Would it be better if I... What are they laughing about? Okay, an interesting side note to that last song we just sang, Java Jive. We recorded that many years ago under the name of the Mills Brothers. Oh, no. Excuse me, that was the Hills Brothers. This next song we'd like you to do. Well, we're very proud of Harvey DeFrent, our tenor right here. The man has been married for 35 years.
Yeah, right.
And he's done it the hard way to 7 different women. And this next song we're going to do is going to tell you a little bit about Harvey's first marriage and why it didn't last all that long. I just got married last Friday. My pretty bride was beside me. A picture of joy. A girl and a boy side by side. We were so glad we were wed when we got ready for bed. Then her teeth and her hair she placed on a chair side by side. One false leg to follow, one glass eye so small. She unscrewed her left arm and hung it on the chair by the wall. I stood there broken-hearted. Most of my wife had departed, so I slept on the chair. There was more of her there, side by side.
Thank you very much. What a nice audience. Well, that was our pre-encore number. And oh, it's truly a pleasure for us to be here to sing for you this evening. And we call ourselves the Foggiest Notion if you enjoyed our performance, and if you didn't, you can call us the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Oh, Jack seems to be fogging up back here a little bit. Did anybody bring a cat in with him? Bring it from home?
Here, kitty, kitty,
Kitty, kitty, kitty, kitty, kitty, kitty, anybody seen that cat?
Long ago, way down in the jungle, someone got an inspiration for a tune, and that jingle from the jungle became famous mighty soon. Thrills and chills it sends through you, so hot it burns you too. Though it's just the growl of the tiger, it was written in a syncopated way. More and more they howl for the tiger everywhere you go today. They're shouting, where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? There's a tiger. Hold that tiger. Hold that tiger. Hold that tiger. Choke him, poke him, kick him, and soak him. Where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? Where can he be? Lower eyebrow, they all cry now. Please play the tiger rag for me.
Bum, 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 play right on that serenade.
It's a jingle from the jungle.
There's no greater melody play, no melody play.
Shout those low notes, fast and slow notes, till that tiger has been slayed. Whip it hard till it moans, whip it hard till it groans. Let her rip, start to clipping its claws. Leader man on your feet, leader man, start that beat. That old tiger, if you want applause. Oh.
Are you okay? What's the matter?
I think I've got a fur ball. Me, yeah.
Where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? Where can he be? Lower eyebrow, they all cry now. Please play the tiger rag for me. That tiger rag. Play that tiger. Hooray! That tiger rag.
Have you ever wondered where the tunes we all sing, hum, or whistle come from? Are they the offspring of some inspired genius? Well, actually, they're not. All it takes to write a popular song is a little imagination and a good memory. After all, there are only 12 notes in the musical scale and 26 letters in the alphabet, and all the possible combinations of these were used up long, long ago. So most songs are just a rehashing of something that's been done time and time again. Now, one of the oldest melodies ever devised, and one of the simplest, has provided us with a number of popular songs. Now, this is a melody that was probably sung to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And how did it go? That's right, the sound of the little cuckoo bird. Just two notes. Now, how can we use just two notes to write songs? Well, how about the one that goes?
Just a Japanese sandman.
Yep, same two notes. Or how about this Gus Kahn tune?
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
Or this this World War I favorite.
Nights are long since you went away.
You see, just these same two notes, and it goes on and on. Now let's see how an entire song can be created using borrowed melodies almost entirely. Now back in the 1920s, a little nonsense ditty literally swept the nation, selling more sheet music than any other song in history. The hit song was, "Yes, We Have No Bananas."
Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. We string beans and onions, cabbages and scallions, and all kinds of fruit and say. We have an old-fashioned tomato, Long Island potato. But yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
Well, if you must borrow melodic inspiration, you couldn't do better than the composers of this song. Now for the opening phrase, they went right to the greatest of all choral compositions, Handel's Messiah.
Hallelujah.
To which they added the word
Bananas.
Now don't laugh. As we'll soon see, that's the only original part of the whole song. Now for the words "We have no bananas today," the authors turn to an old favorite we've all sung many times.
Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me.
Now the next line, "We've string beans and onions, cabbages and scallions," comes to us from an old song better known as the Woodpecker's Nightmare, or
I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls, the kind that you seldom see.
Then the lyrics go, "We have an old-fashioned tomato." But what do we find here? Another old parlor favorite.
I was seeing Nellie Ho.
And the words "Long Island potato" fit a song called
In an old-fashioned garden.
Now all of this, plus a repeat of the first, make up the entire song. Now let's see how "Yes, We Have No Bananas" would sound singing the original words to all its melodic parts.
Hallelujah, bananas. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls, the kind that you seldom see. I was seeing Nellie home in an old-fashioned garden. But hallelujah, bananas. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. We have no bananas today. Hallelujah.
The Whittier chapter is truly fortunate in having among its membership one of the Society's most talented composers and arrangers, Mr. Earl Moon. Listen now as the Choralaires sing Earl's original composition, "How Many Ways Do I Love You," and his exciting medley of two songs from the 1920s and 30s, "Just Because" and "Shine."
How many ways do I love you? How much do you mean to me? Just think of life's wonderful like my car, and money too. But never would she wed, 'cause she was only using me. So this is what I said. Just because you think you're so pretty, and maybe just because you think you're so hot, no, you're not. Just because you think you got something that nobody else has got, and then you cause me to spend all my money. You laugh to call me old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, baby, I'm through with you, because, just because, and now I'll shine away my bluesies. I'm gonna shine with my shoesies. I'll shine each place up, make it look like new. Shine my face up, wear a smile or two, and shine my knees and nosies. I know that I'll find that everything will turn out fine. Folks will shine up to me, everyone will how you do me. I'll make the whole world shine, shine, shine. The girl I'm dating now, you see, is interested in only me. Just because I make the whole world shine, shine, shine. Now my girl is really mine. We'll make the whole world shine.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Foothill Cities chapter, Variety.
Oh, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. Remember, Sweet Adeline and Harrigan's Fine, to mention a name or two. Little Annie Rooney by the old mill stream. Heart in my heart and peg in my heart and doodly doodly doo. That's the way my dad and mother used to sing it. Sailing away on Harmony Bay, your old wedding ring was new. Babyface and honeysuckle rose. Yes, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. They wrote them in the good old days. Those ever-loving good old days.
How about I want a girl just like the girl by the light of the silvery moon?
Put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Some of these days, if I had my way, the old soft shoe. Hum along and whistle if you know the chorus. What'll I do? It had to be you and Mexicali Rose. Tea for two, the Yankee Doodle Boy. Yes, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days.
Here we go now.
Toe, tap, rhythm. Put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Sway right with them. Hum along and whistle if you know the chorus. Can't
And you thought we were just four pretty faces, didn't
them. Tea for two, the Yankee Doodle Boy. Yes, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old, ever-loving good old. They wrote them in the ever-loving good old days. Those good old days. Good old days, yeah.
Well, you know, we really believe the words in that song, that the greatest songs of all are the songs that were written in the good old days.
Many of the songs that I know, I never saw the sheet music for them. I learned a lot of them at my mother's knee or some other old joint. We do a 5'2". Anyway, here's an old song that we enjoy doing. You may not recognize it at first, but you will when we get to the chorus.
I'm looking for my sweetheart, my one and only gal. Please tell me, have you seen my long lost pal? She's 5'2" with eyes of blue. Oh, what those two eyes can do. Has anybody seen my gal? Blue-eyed gal, turned up nose, turned down nose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Tell me if you run into a 5'2" covered with furs and wear diamond rings, all those things. Bet your life it isn't her. Coochie kiss, coochie coo, coochie woochie, coochie coo. Has anybody seen my gal? My favorite pal. I don't know where she goes, all dressed up in her Sunday clothes. My best girl, what a pearl. Oh, keeps me guessing, goodness knows. Anybody seen my very best girl? Until she's found, I'm bound to say, wherever she stray, around in town, way down here in the land of cotton. Oh, is she going out with you? Anybody seen my gal? Anybody here, please tell me, have you seen my gal? Tell me where's my gal?
Why, thank you very much. I must tell you about Carl, our lead singer. He's very popular with the ladies because he dances so very well. He knows all the steps and he's so graceful. Well, one evening he was at a dance and he was waltzing around the floor with a girl that he had just met. And as they danced around the floor, she seemed to get taller and taller. Carl couldn't figure that out until later. He found out that this girl had a wooden leg and he was spinning her the wrong way. Well, when he told us about that, we thought so much of it that we sat down and wrote a song about that girl, and we called the song, I Once Went With a Girl Who Had a Wooden Leg, But We Broke It Off. Hey, go my heart, I love you, we'll never part, I love you, dear little girl, sweet little girl, sweeter than the rose of hair in all your winning smiles and daring peg. Peg, oh my heart, your glances make my heart say, how's chances? Come be my own, come make your home in my heart. I love you, Peg, oh my heart. Peg, oh my heart, I love you, we'll never part. I love you, I always knew that it would be you. Since I heard your lilting laughter, it's your Irish heart I'm after, Peg. Peg, oh my heart, your glances make my heart say, how's chances? Come be my own, come make your home in my heart. Come be my we have a public service announcement for you tonight. There are only 261 more shopping days until Christmas. What? Just to get you in the Christmas and shopping spirit, here's a Christmas song.
The first day after Christmas, my true love and I had a fight,
Such a fight,
and so I chopped the pear tree down and burned it just for spite. Then with a single cartridge, I shot that blasted partridge. My true love, my true love, my true love gave to me. The second day after Christmas, I pulled on the old rubber gloves and very gently wrung the necks of both the turtle doves. My true love, my true love, my true love gave to me. The third day after Christmas, my mother caught the croup. I had to use the 3 French hens to make some chicken soup. The 4 calling birds were a big mistake, for their language was obscene. The 5 golden rings were completely fake, and they turned my fingers green. The 6th day after Christmas, the 6 laying geese wouldn't lay. I gave the whole darn gaggle to the ASPCA. On the 7th day, what a mess I found. All 7 of the swimming swans had drowned. My true love, my true love, my true love gave to me. The 8th day after Christmas, before they could suspect, I bundled up the 8 maids a-milking, 9 pipers piping, 10 ladies dancing, 11 lords a-leaping, 12 drummers drumming, and sent them back collect. I sent them back collect. Well, actually, I kept one of the milking maids. I wrote my true love, we are through love, and I said in so many words, furthermore your Christmas gifts were for the 4 birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Well, we have a lot of fun singing the good old songs, and especially on Mother's Day, because there's so many wonderful songs written about Mom. There's M-O-T-H-E-R spells mother, and My Mother's Eyes, and Mammy, Mother McCree. Yes, just a whole lot of great songs about Mom. Well, a few weeks after that, we celebrate Father's Day. And you know what? Not too many songs written about good old Dad. You know, in fact, the only 2 that we found were Old Man River, and the other one is Pop Goes the Weasel. And we think that's a shame, and we'd like to do something about that right now.
Fathers, no one seems to realize that fathers are the most neglected guys, so do everything you can. You owe a lot to your old man. You should always love your papa, treat him right and treat him proper, for without your father you would be nowhere. If he had not met your mother, would your brother be your brother? You can thank your lucky stars that Pop was there. If it wasn't for your father, would your mother be your mother? So remember that on Mother's Day. If you look just like your father and you think that it's a bother, 'cause he isn't handsome and he isn't tall,
If your face makes you unhappy, do not blame it on your pappy, for without him you would have no face at all. If it wasn't for your father, would your mother be your mother? So remember that on Mother's Day. If your ma lived in Dakota and your pa in Minnesota, and they both were wed but not to one another, then it's possible, then, mister, you could even be your sister, and the guy you think you are might be your brother. If it wasn't for your father, would your mother be your mother? So remember that on Mother's Day. If he'd been a little stronger and held off a little longer, that today he might have been a single guy. Then it's safe to be assuming that you would not be a human. You would only be a gleam in Mother's eye. So be grateful to your pappy, make him happy. Once again I'd like to say, if it wasn't for your father, would your mother be your mother? So remember that on Mother's Day, and don't forget it. Remember that on Mother's Day, you won't regret it. Remember that on Mother's Day, Mother's Day.
Well, thank you. You know, I mentioned earlier that we sing a lot of the old songs, and this next one is really old. This one was writ back in about...
Writ? Joe, you're tense.
I think I'm perfectly relaxed. What do you mean?
No. Your English was incorrect. You said writ.
Let me get it right. Now I write. Yesterday I wrote. Sometimes I have rot. This song was rotten when it was written back in... Well, the reason I say that is because it has more words than notes, or more notes than words. The language is rather archaic, and it doesn't rhyme, but it has a very strong message, and that's why we bring it to you. Oh, there was a fair young lad who left his home down on the farm to go to the city to seek a means of livelihood. He secured employment in a stone quarry along with a bunch of college graduates, but he soon found they were demons in disguise. For when their work was over, they took him to the local saloon and asked him for to have a glass of beer. He said, when I was but a lad, I promised my gray-haired mother dear that the demon rum would never touch my lips. So they grabbed that fair young lad and poured the beer right down his throat. And he staggered through the door with delirium tremens.
What's a delirium?
As he went reeling down the street, he passed a Salvation Army lassie, and cruelly he broke her tambourine. Then that lassie turned around and placed her mark upon his body with a kick she had learned before she had been saved. Now the moral of this story, shun that fatal glass of beer. And don't go around breaking other people's tambourines. They like the classy ones, I can see that.
Now, from the ridiculous to the slime, we'd like to do a song, a country western song entitled, I Hope You're Living as High on the Hog as the Pig You Turned Out to Be.
Sweet, sweet, oh so needy, sweet Georgia Brown. She just got here yesterday. Things are hot here now, they say. There's a big change in town, a big change in town. Gals are jealous, there's no doubt. Still the fellas rave about sweet, oh that sweet, sweet Georgia Brown. And ever since she came, the Georgia folks all claim There's no gal maid has got a shade on sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet, but oh so neat is sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and want to die for sweet Georgia Brown. I tell you just why. You know I don't lie, not much. Well, it's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Since she came, why, it's a shame how she cools 'em down. Now, fellas, she can't get, fellas, she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her sweet Georgia Brown.
So let me tell you that no gal maid has got a shade on sweet, sweet Georgia Brown. She got two left feet, but oh so neat, that's my Georgia Brown. But they all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I tell you just why. I don't lie when it's been said she knocks 'em dead whenever she lands in town. Whatever since she came, it's a doggone shame how she cools 'em down. For those
fellas she can't get, fellas she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her sweet Georgia, Georgia Brown. Sweet, 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 ever-loving Georgia Brown. Georgia
Well, for years, barbershoppers have enjoyed singing our next two songs, but while the first is much more familiar to barbershoppers than it is to barbershop audiences, most of you will immediately recognize the second. Goodbye, My Coney Island Baby, and You're the Flower of My Heart, Sweet Adeline.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, my honey. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long, forever. Behold, goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. We all fall for some girl that dresses neat, some girl that's got big feet. We meet her on the street, then we'll join the army of married boobs to the altar, just like laying lambs to slaughter. When it's over, oh boy, we get it good. Bachelor days we then recall, Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief. We all are bound for. Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, my honey. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Behold, goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Behold, goodbye, my Coney Island. Bye, bye, bye.
picture that in fancy oft appearing brings back the time, love, when you were near. It is then I wonder where you are, my darling, and if your heart to me is still the same. For the sighing wind and nightingale are singing, are breathing only your own sweet name. Sweet Adeline, sweet Adeline, my Adeline, at night, dear heart, dear heart, for you I pine, in all my dreams, in all my dreams. Your fair face beams, your fair face beams. You're the flower of my heart, sweet Adeline. You're the flower of my heart, sweet
Our soloist on Sweet Adeline was Mr. Billy White. Now, barbershoppers sing the old songs and they sing the new ones too. Now, here's one we've been singing for about 40 years and one that just came out in 1980, both written especially for barbershoppers. Let's hear Sugarcane Jubilee and the Barbershop Strut.
Come along to the sugarcane jubilee. Hurry, honey, don't wait, don't wait. Hurry, honey, we're late, we're late. Hurry, honey, the time is 8:15. Live for some romancing. There'll be dancing and fun. Now, honey, it's already begun. Look, sonny, stop your talking and start your walking. Now, I'm gonna worry if you don't hurry. Hurry, honey, come on, or the folks will be gone, be gone. Moon is rising, they're harmonizing a good old tune. Here's the wicket, now get your ticket, and we'll have a wonderful barbershop strut. Remember the vampity vamp and the Charleston when it was a champ. Today all the chicks and puffs, yes puffs, are doing the barbershop strut. It started down in New Orleans, way down around Bourbon Street. Wah, 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 now it's running wild up here. The teenage kids picked up the beat, so put on your dancing shoes. Better hurry, no time to lose. The music is playing, the ground is swaying, doing the barbershop strut. First put your left foot here, then put your right foot near this near. Sway right and left, no ifs or buts. Call it the barbershop strut. It started down in New Orleans, way down around Bourbon Street. Wow, 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 now it's wild up here. The teenage kids picked up the beat, so put on your dancing shoes. Better hurry, no time to lose. The music is playing, the ground is swaying, doing the barbershop. I said they call it barbershop. Why not? 'Cause it's a barbershop, so running around. Do it now. Let everybody join in doing the barbershop strut.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Whittier Choralaires.
And you really live it when the bassman rhythm starts a rockin' and a rollin' in a driving rhythm. Through sets the pace, and soon your heart is racing to the boom in the bass. And you really live it when the bassman rhythm starts a rockin' and a rollin' in a driving rhythm. Through sets the pace, and soon your heart is racing to the boom in the bass. And you really live it when the bassman rhythm starts a rockin' and a rollin' in the driving rhythm. Through sets the pace, and soon your heart is racing to the boom in the bass. And you really live it when the bassman rhythm starts a rockin' and a rollin' in the driving rhythm. Through sets the pace, and soon your heart is racing to the boom in the bass. And you really live it when the bassman rhythm starts a rockin' and a rollin' in the driving rhythm. Through sets the pace, and soon your heart is racing to the boom in the bass. Yeah!
And now from the Rancho Bernardo and San Diego chapters, let's welcome Western Union.
I heard a robin this morning, I'm feeling happy today. Gonna pack my cares in a whistle and blow them all away. Say, what if I've been unlucky, really having a thing? There's a time I always feel happy as a king. When the red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts robbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up.
Get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh, and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I listen for hours and hours. I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along. There'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Yes, I want to be a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure for us at Western Union to be here to entertain the Whittier audience. We've heard so much about the Whittier shows and how great an audience you are, and it's our first opportunity, and we're really pleased to be here. So thank you very much. You know, a lot of people come up to us and ask us why we named ourselves Western Union. Well, there's a little story behind that. We thought about, since we're from the western part of the United States, and since we like to remember our American history, and the cowboy times, the early American history was kind of rough and fiery time in our American history, and well, we thought that kind of applied to us, since we sing kind of rough and been fired from every job we've ever had. Actually, it's amazing to me. I'm really happy to see all the people that showed up here tonight. It's really great. This is probably the densest audience I think I've ever seen. It's my job to set up the next song, so I'd like to do that for you. And before I do that, I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. You see, Dave, our tenor, and Terry, our bass, and myself, Mike, we're all married, and we're very happily married, and we are very proud and fortunate that our wives love us, and we love them, and it's really quite a special thing. But our lead, Mike, would like me and always wants me to tell the audience that he is not married. And if there are any eligible ladies out there, he would like me to make sure that you all know that. Doesn't seem like there's too many takers out there, as usual. Let me tell you a little bit about Mike, in case you have some friends or people that might be interested in Mike that you might know that aren't here tonight. Mike comes from Buffalo. The rest of us come from normal parents. I love that joke. Actually, that's from Buffalo, New York. And Mike holds the sole distinction for raising the IQ of the entire state of New York. That's right. By leaving. Well, this next song has to do with marriage, as I started to tell you, and it's a song about, well, I don't know about you, but when I got married, when I came out of the church, I wish someone would have handed me a manual that said, things are going to change once you get married.